All right. So thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Amanda Irwin. I'm the graduate admissions manager for our global campus. So my role with the institution is to help prospective online graduate school uh, students through the admissions and enrollment process. And so our session today is scheduled for about an hour, and we'll be talking about our online Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. In addition to that, we'll cover a few different graduate certificate programs that can stack within that Master of Science. And there'll be plenty of time for questions at the end of the session. And what we would encourage you to do is along the way to use the chat feature inside of the Zoom to collect any questions so that we can address them. To kind of kick us off and help you navigate inside of Zoom, it should be a toolbar at the bottom of your page. I'm going to have Shelly, our marketing and content manager, send a question out there. I'm really just curious where people are joining us from today and maybe what the weather looks like out there, just because it could be nice and sunny, it could be snowing. So we're just kind of curious there. So we'll send that in the chat so you see where it's at and you know where to ask your questions. So we're actually going to go ahead then and get started. So let's click over here. A brief agenda. We'll do introductions and an overview of Michigan Tech. We'll talk a little bit more about why you might want to earn your master's degree here. We'll dive into some details about the mechanical engineering program. We're going to go over some tips and resources for our online students, and then finish up with important next steps and a questions section. So this is just a really nice picture of campus. If you haven't been up there before, we always encourage students to come and visit at some point, even if you're going to be studying online, because it is just gorgeous, I feel like, in almost all the seasons. So introductions. I'm, again, the graduate admissions manager for our global campus, but Dr. Kazuya Tajiri is going to be helping me present today. Dr. Tajiri is the Associate Chair and Director of Graduate Studies for our Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering program. He's also an Associate Professor and Faculty Advisor. So he's going to go through the details of the program here in a couple of slides. So we're going to get started with just a brief overview of Michigan Tech. And if you are an alum or maybe even a current Michigan Tech student, you might know some of this, but we wanted to just share a few points of interest. And so Michigan Tech was founded in 1885 with a focus on, at the time, on metallurgy, mining engineering, and technology that supported the local copper mining industry. We were originally known as Michigan Mining School. We fast forward from there 140 years from that founding, and we're now an HSTEM university that focuses on education, research, and outreach in health, science, technology, engineering, and math. And as of February of this year, we're now designated as an R1 research university by the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education, which formally places Tech among the top research universities in the US. So we're one of just 187 universities nationally. There's more than 4,000 institutions in the US. And we're one of just 187 that has earned this designation based on our research activity and number of PhD degrees that we award each year. We're really, really proud of that designation. Our enrollment is over 7,400 students in our graduate and undergraduate degree programs. About 80% of that number is made up of our undergraduate students, and about 20% is our graduate student population. We have 5 colleges with over 140 degree programs. So this includes business, computing and engineering, forest resources and environmental science, and sciences and arts. And more recently, our global campus, which we launched in fall of 2021, continues to grow with over 40 degree and certificate programs that are available fully online. So that ranges from graduate certificates through master's degree programs, and even a handful of PhD programs are available online. So that's a little bit about Michigan Tech as a whole. We're going to transition now over to Dr. Tajiri so he can tell us a little bit more about the mechanical engineering program.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Kazuya Tajiri. I'm an associate chair of this mechanical and aerospace engineering department and director of graduate studies. Also the associate professor of this department, and I'm advising couple of student groups. One is the Aeronautics and Rocketry Enterprise, the other AIWA student chapter. Okay, about the university, also our department, and why you want to study online MS. Okay, as Amanda explained, we were selected as the R1 research university earlier this year, and we are one of the only 4 universities, I believe, in Michigan. And the smallest, also only university focused on HSTEM. That's our university. Okay, and why you want to take this online MS course, online MS program? Our online MS program can be done fully online, so you don't need to come to the campus. While you are working full time for your job, you can pursue this MS degree. That is the largest advantage or benefit of this course, this program. Okay, why our department, mechanical and aerospace department? Our department is the largest department in Michigan Tech. Almost a quarter, 25% of the university is our department. We have about 1,300 undergrad students and about 250 grad students. And the number of faculty members, about 50. So the largest department, a large department means we have many faculty members. And that means our research area is very broad. So you can find someone, I'm sure you can find someone who is doing the research that aligns your interest. Okay. So these are some examples of our research areas or focus areas. Just an example. Okay. First one, energy and thermal systems. This is more about fluid mechanics, heat transfer, and power generation, that kind of things. For example, every sector needs efficient power, heating and cooling, HVAC system, or the power generation, and IC engines, electric and hybrid vehicle design. About the fluid mechanics, we have some faculty members doing computational fluid dynamics and fuel cells. This is actually my research area. Okay, next, dynamics, controls, and autonomy. For example, automotive controls, sensors, simulate dynamic systems, vibrations, or electric motors and controllers, linear systems, nonlinear systems. Okay, and in the manufacturing area, manufacturing quality or how to control the machines, lean manufacturing, quality statistics, and also design of experiments. Okay, so we have these broad research areas, specialties. That is one of the reasons I want to push you want to take this MS online program. Okay, so we will move to the next topic. This is more details about the online MS program in our department. Okay, online MS in mechanical engineering. Okay, first, 100% online degree program. So you don't need to come to Horton. This is a good place to visit. I encourage you to visit, but you don't need to come here for your program, your degree. Okay, MS program, you need to take total of 30 credits or more, minimum 30 credits. And most courses are 3 credit course. So if you take all 3 credit courses, then you need to take 10 courses for MS degree. Okay, I will explain later a bit more, but we also have the certificate program. Certificate program has lower or smaller requirement, but for this MS degree, you need 30 credits. And we also have the accelerated MS program. This is only for the Michigan Tech undergrad students, Michigan Tech alumni who finished their undergraduate degree in Michigan Tech. Then those students can double count 9 credit for undergrad and grad degree. Therefore, double counting 9 credit, those students need to take 21 credits or 7 courses. Okay, and several focus areas: automotive systems and controls, fluid dynamics, hybrid electric vehicles, internal combustion engine systems, and quality engineering. These are some examples. Okay, we have some restrictions about the 30 credits requirement. Okay, out of those 30 credits, 15 credits or more must be from mechanical engineering department. In other words, you can take up to 15 credits from other departments. Also, you need to take one 4,000 or higher level math course. Math course typically 3 credits, therefore 3 credits from mathematics department, or maybe we mechanical engineering department also offer one math course that can be also counted for this. So you need to take one math course from math or maybe from our department. And up to maximum of 12 credits of 4,000 level courses. So you need to take at least 18 credits, 5,000 or higher level courses. Okay, stack certificates to build a customizable master's degree. We have some certificates, graduate certificates. If you take those certificates, then the credits for those certificates can be also counted for master degree. And controls, this certificate requires 15 credits. And out of those 15 credits, 9 credits are from core courses and 6 credits elective. Core courses, I believe we have a list of some courses, and you can still select core courses from that list. And we have a big list of the elective, and you need to choose 2 courses, 6 credit total from that elective courses. Okay, then in this certificate, with this can you go back? With this certificate, you can learn about automotive systems or automotive control systems, electric drives, and more. And you can get the skills and knowledge about the automotive transportation and mobility industries. Okay, next one, next page. Okay, next example, quality engineering. This is 9 credit certificate. You need to take 3 courses. 2 courses are required. Advanced quality engineering and statistical methods. This course is offered by mathematics department. So this mathematics course can be also counted as the 3 credit required math course. Okay, and you need to take one more elective. That's lean manufacturing or maybe experimental design in engineering. Then total 3 courses, 9 credit, you will get this certificate. Okay, with this, you can be an expert of the process performance profitability in several industries. Okay, next one. Okay, hybrid electric vehicle drive. Okay, I believe this is 15 credit certificate. So required courses in advanced propulsion systems, power electronics, vehicle dynamics, and more, all about the hybrid vehicles, and two elective courses from the big list. And this certificate is ideal for automotive or electric hybrid vehicle, advanced drivetrain, and other mechanical engineers. Okay, I think one more. Yeah, internal combustion engines. Okay, this is very new certificate. Actually, we just approved this certificate last month, and we will start offering next semester or maybe next academic year. Okay, for this one, 3 courses, 9 credits are required, 2 required plus 1 elective. Okay, so I don't know much about this internal combustion engine certificate, but with this, you can learn more about the IC engines. Okay. Okay, this is example of the timeline, how you can complete the online MS program. Okay, for online MS students, basically those students have full-time job. Therefore, we typically recommend those students to take just one course with 3 credits or maybe 4 credits. Okay, and because you need to take total 10 courses in order to complete the MS program, you need 10 semesters. We have 3 semesters in a year, academic year, fall, spring, and summer. So you can finish it in 3 years and a bit more if you take one course each. Then just an example, first year, fall semester, 4775 control systems. This is a requirement, a prerequisite for the 5812. 5812 is a required course for the automotive systems certificate. So spring semester or second semester, take this 5812, and in summer semester, statistical methods. This statistical method is a required course for the quality engineering certificate. Okay, and second year, these courses, third year, these courses, and the fourth year, one more remaining course, 40 to 20. Then in 10 semesters, you can finish this MS program, and at the same time, the brown color, those courses are required or used for the automotive system certificate, and pink ones, these are for the quality engineering certificate. So you can get 2 certificates and the MS program, MS degree. Just an example. Okay. Okay. In this section, tips and resources for online students and to take just one course every semester. But of course, if you have the background or previous knowledge about the courses, then it is doable to take 2 courses. But in general, we recommend to take just one course. Okay, and I have lots of experience of teaching online students, and my recommendation to the online students, you will be provided the videos, lecture videos, and you can watch those videos anytime, but do not delay. So we have, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have courses, and we provide the lecture videos. Then do not wait until the weekend or some other time. Once the video becomes available, try to keep some time to watch the video before the next lecture begins. So for example, Monday lecture, try to watch the video before the next lecture given on Wednesday. That is my suggestion for online students. If you think you can watch the video anytime, then the unwatched lecture piles up quickly. So you should take some time to, you should keep some time to watch those videos. Okay, Amanda, can you add any more comments about that and continue?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Dr. Tajiri, for all the information about the programs and the tips for the time commitment for taking the classes. I think the biggest thing that I would talk about here for time commitment too is just self-discipline. It's really expected of students to take control of their schedules and be able to manage, work and extracurriculars and be able to stay within those given deadlines in the class. So we offer you some flexibility in the program by offering these classes as asynchronous. There's not a scheduled meeting day and time, but that really means that you need to be on top of your time management and really self-discipline in getting things done in a timely manner each week. So um, the university as a whole is definitely committed to students being successful in their programs, and our global campus as well really wants to make sure that you understand there are resources available to you to succeed as an online student. And so Shelly, our marketing and content manager, has put together a really nice resource page on our site that she'll share in the chat there. You can see some of the different areas that we touch on, but there's videos and guides on time management, academic integrity, and other subject areas to really help you be successful as an online student. Canvas is the software that we use to deliver our courses, and there's a self-paced campus overview inside of that resources page, which is really nice. Helps you get familiar with that before you start your class. There's an online graduate orientation in there as well. And really what we want you to know is that online students have access to the same resources that our on-campus students do. The way you access those resources might look just a little different. So for instance, we have a writing center that helps our graduate students with their papers and reviewing and tips on those. And so that writing center is available to our online students as well, just by virtual appointment, or you might submit a paper for review and get some critique and feedback on that. So the resources are out there for you. We try to compile them here in this page so that you have them at your fingertips and you can review those. So definitely take a look at that link. We're going to kind of transition now to important next steps. So if you like what you saw in the presentation, you're ready to move forward with applying to the program, how do you do that? Let's talk about it here. So basic admission requirements. You do have to have an accredited bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering or other closely related fields. So that's just like a base minimum requirement to be able to apply to graduate school. And so, students with a degree outside of mechanical engineering, that's going to be subject to a review by the graduate program director to see if you have enough of the preparatory courses to be successful in the program. It may be that you're really close and you might be required to take a couple additional classes to get you admitted into the program. So just want to mention that if you have a degree that falls outside of mechanical engineering. Admitted applicants typically have an undergraduate GPA of 3.0 or higher on a 4-point scale. And so that's not like a hard cutoff requirement. So a student who had like a 2.8 or a 2.9 or maybe even a 2.75 but has 10 years of really solid work experience and some really good recommendations. We just want to point out that it's something you can still apply to the program. We take a very holistic approach to the application review, and we'll consider things beyond just that GPA if you fell a little bit short. And so the other requirements for your application, when you submit your application for admission, it's going to ask you to submit your educational transcripts. You typically have to submit a resume as well. There's a personal statement and a statement of purpose that you'll have to write. The statement of purpose tells us a little bit more about your career and education goals, why you're wanting to pursue the program. And the personal statement just gives you an opportunity to tell us a little bit more about yourself. Um, that might not otherwise be evident in the application materials that you provide, or maybe if that GPA fell a little short, you could explain what was going on. Maybe it was a couple bad semesters and you recovered after that, so you can talk about it a little bit more in a personal statement. There's 2 recommendation letters that are required for the program also. Typically, one academic preference, or excuse me, academic reference is preferred. We do understand that some of our working professionals may be pretty far removed from those academic relationships, having been in the workforce for a few years now. And so if you can't get an academic reference, you could use 2 professional recommendations. What we're really looking for in those recommendation letters is, can this student be successful in a graduate school program? So you want to pick people that can speak to your successes in the workplace, maybe a supervisor or a former supervisor, or a colleague that you worked on a big project with, who can talk about how you were able to, lead and time manage and be successful at work. A note down here at the bottom would be for our MTU current students or alum that are joining us. We do have an accelerated master's degree program that MTU grads are eligible for. So an MTU student has to have graduated within the last 6 semesters to be eligible for the accelerated program. And what it does is allows you to double count up to 9 credits from your undergraduate degree towards your graduate degree. It would be important to note for that accelerated program, that is a hard cutoff of GPA. You do have to have at least a 3.0 GPA or higher to be considered for the accelerated master's degree program. If that's something you need some more information about, or you had some questions, you can always reach out to me and I can help with those. Another key component of the process is that 2 letters of recommendation. That is waived for our MTU alum also. You're not required to get those letters because we've seen you and your academic success in the classroom here at Michigan Tech already. So how do you apply? First thing that you got to do is create an application portal account. So, basic email address, password, you'll create the account. You'll insert a new application. And as you're filling out that application, you'll select the program that you're interested in and fill out your general information, hit submit. After you hit submit on the application portal page is going to refresh into an admissions checklist. And that's where you would upload those required documents that I mentioned, the resume, transcripts, and you'd see your references come in there. You'd also insert your student statements in that page as well. If you have any questions or need any help or something real specific to you that you don't want to ask here in the presentation, I am that first point of contact for many students that are interested in the program. So feel free to schedule an appointment with me. I will share my calendar link in the chat. This is connected to my Google Calendar. It shows my real-time availability. Appointment times are about 25 minutes. I've met with students for 5 minutes to answer quick questions. I've met with students for even up to 45 minutes if I have the time to really get into the details and give you all the information that you need. So definitely get on my calendar if you're interested in anything. Upcoming start dates. So our spring semester begins on Monday, January 5th, and there is actually still time to apply to that semester. I would encourage you to get started on the application if you haven't yet. And while the university has rolling admission, I would still encourage you to try and get that application completed maybe by the end of November, first week of December at the latest, to just give yourself some time for processing the application, getting through the next steps, getting your login information, maybe meeting with Dr. Tajiri to plan what classes you might be taking. So it just gives you a little bit of time before we hit the holidays so that you're ready for that start date. But it's doable. I've got people in the process right now. So highly encourage you to apply if you're thinking about it. We also have our summer semester and fall semester applications available right now. Summer semester starts Monday, May 4th. Fall semester starts Monday, August 31st. The one note I would give about our summer semester is we tend to have a little bit limited number of courses available in the summer semester. So depending on where your interests lie, we might want to just take a look at the schedule and decide if that's the right starting term for you, or if maybe a fall start would be a better start time for you. So again, would encourage you to chat with me and we can take a look at the schedule together and and make a good plan uh, for your application. And that really kind of wraps up the information that we wanted to share with you guys today. And so if you need additional information, you're welcome to go out and visit the programs page. There's a lot of good details summarized in there. You can reach out to Dr. Tajiri directly. Email address is shared here. You're also welcome to reach out to me so we can start those next steps.